speed, he still maintains his body control.
Ray, getting back to Waiters, there's a reason the Cavaliers dealt the former 4th overall pick in the draft. Not only did he shoot poorly, but Clark, he averaged less than 2 assists a game.
Yeah, I think it's a mindset adjustment with Waiters. I've loved his talent and his ability to make plays and shots. Now he just has to recalibrate his thinking so he can be effective in the role he's asked to play.
Here is Bryant, following the score by Damian Lillard. Lillard grabs the miss.
You rarely see him missing dunks. But the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
And it's Russell with the rebound.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Now, here's Lillard. A 38-point beat for him in the win against Chicago.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Davis sets a screen. A 3-ball. And Damian Lillard with the bucket. And the assist by Waiters. Lillard's got his second bucket of the night. Embiid with the screen on Lillard. Kobe goes in. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. It goes on Ed Davis. On occasions last year, the Lakers were all right on offense. Other times, they were just stagnant. There was just no motion, nothing going on.
That's a great point. And their ball movement could use some work. A lot of ISOs last season, and it killed a lot of the flow the team had in the half court.
And Embiid drops them both.
You know, for the Lakers, they were okay in the assist department, guys, but they were dead last in the league in secondary assists. That, to me, is indicative of an inefficient offense and also a new stat category.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 5. Just 5 to shoot. Left block shot on the way. And it's Davis missing for Los Angeles. They've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
And for the Lakers and that secondary assist stat, that just means they aren't making the extra pass, or it means they are holding on to the ball too long. Either way, it hurts the offense.
And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Davis has got his first basket of the night.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
Outside Russell. Picked by Randle. A drive by Russell. Randle with the bucket. Randle's got his second bucket.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him too much.
And stolen by Russell. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
Hey, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Russell after Ed Davis's score. Picked by Randle. Russell high post. He's against Miller. It's stolen by Davis. And here we go with Waiters. Running it up the court, and it's denied. Now here's Bryant. Last game we saw him score 13. Now Randle. Waiters grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And he gets it to go. And it's 6 points for Davis. Lakers trailed by 3. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Terry Stotts.
Yes, he's looking at how they can establish an edge in this one. He's looking for them to lock things down on the interior first and foremost. Our shot blocking is something that can really help us if we just play smart and avoid fouls. We want them shooting over length, and that's one thing my guys do bring to the table. A sound strategy, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. And as Doris provided the details, guys, the way they plan to attack defensively will be key early on, won't it?
Absolutely. And if that's the strategy, they've got to be full of energy, full intensity right off the bat.
And that's a real pillar to any successful defense when you talk about intensity. I mean, you can't go half-heartedly or halfway.
And, you know, a huge moment for Kobe last season before the injury. I mean, he has the great Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list.
Now a timeout called by Portland. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Kaman comes in for Ed Davis. And it's Henderson for Mike Miller. For Kobe, that was him moving into the third spot ahead of Michael Jordan. Says a lot, Clark, about where he stands among the greats.
And you look at it, he is first among perimeter players now in that regard. So he's clearly on a very short list of the greatest wingmen of all time in the history of the league.
Here's Embiid, following the score by Damian Lillard.
And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of side speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
And he's good on the second. Regarding Joel Embiid, what makes him even that much more unique as a young seven-footer, excellent shot mechanics, and a feathery touch. In college at Kansas, he shot Greg 63% from the floor. Many of those were face-up jumpers.
And as the season wore on, he became money at the free throw line as well. Those are the kinds of unique attributes that make him an extra scary prospect.
Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to the Warriors in Oakland.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
And they're on the break. Bryant gets a wide open look, buries the jumper to finish the break. Bryant's got 6 points.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
Here is Russell, following the basket by Gerald Henderson. The drive by Russell, and Randall throws it down.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Here's Plumlee, and a